In the summer of 2022, the Supreme Court issued the Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade. For pro-life Americans like me, this was an answered prayer. For many, however, this news was met with concern. And that concern has been intensified by media and politicians using misinformation to fuel fear and division. So let's talk about the facts. The Dobbs decision returns abortion law back to the states. Roe v. Wade wrongly held that there was a constitutional protection for abortion. But here's the problem. Abortion isn't in the Constitution, and it never was. We are a nation of laws, and the U.S. Constitution is the law of the land. Our judges are supposed to adhere closely to it. And when they ignore constitutional provisions, we lose freedoms. And when they invent constitutional provisions, we lose liberty and our democratic voice. Now that Roe v. Wade has been overturned, abortion law will be decided by the people. That means our voice and our vote for elected representatives will determine the fate of abortion law in Georgia. Now let's talk about abortion. Many pro-abortion advocates claim abortion as a right. Well, as we discussed, it isn't. They frame it as a choice, which for the child isn't true either. And many pro-abortion leaders say it's a women's issue. While many women publicly boast about their abortions, most of us know the truth. 81% of women who have had abortion report depression. The societal impacts of abortion also lead to increased divorce rates, abuse, and fatherlessness. The idea of abortion as a cheap way out has had huge consequences for women. And that doesn't even consider the millions of little girls whose lives have been lost in abortion. So it is a women's issue, but not in the way the abortion lobby tries to spin it. Since Roe v. Wade, 63 million children have been aborted, and over 40% of those have been Black children. Science tells us that these children are not a clump of cells. From the earliest stages, a child has all the DNA he or she will ever need. And biologically speaking, that child is a human being. Biblically speaking, we know that that child was made by God and has value. In 2019, Georgia passed House Bill 481, otherwise known as the Life Act, or the Heartbeat Bill. Because of the divide in our state and the narrow passage of the bill, several compromises were made. So the bill allows for abortion up until a detectable heartbeat, usually right around 6 weeks. At this stage of development, the child now has a beating heart and is in the process of developing fingers and toes, eyes, ears, nose, mouth. And advancements in technology have now produced tests available at locations like CVS and Amazon that will reveal the gender of the baby within a week or two. This child is, by any medical, scientific, or logical definition, a human being and is worthy of protection. Another compromise in the legislation was made. The bill allows for exceptions for rape, incest, medical fertility, and life of the mother. We understand that every child, regardless of circumstance, is valuable. However, these exceptions have broad support amongst those whom we still seek to bring into our worldview. Sadly, the pro-abortion movement is lying again about exceptions, hoping to prey on people's emotions. They're lying about ectopic pregnancies and miscarriages. HB 481 specifically defines abortion as excluding ectopic pregnancies and miscarriages. A woman who has had an ectopic pregnancy can receive the care she needs without any fear. And a woman suffering a miscarriage will never be prosecuted. And it is extremely cruel to tell women otherwise. And they're lying about the baby's heartbeat, which many hear during the first ultrasound at 6 weeks. Radical pro-abortion politicians say it's a manufactured sound used to control women. The only thing manufactured is that baseless accusation. As believers, we know the truth about that sound, that is precious, that is made by God and has given joy to every parent who has heard it. Since Georgia now recognizes the personhood of the child, women will be able to claim their child as a dependent on their taxes and file a claim for child support from the moment they receive a positive pregnancy test. These provisions provide important support to women, and it was the opposition that fought hard against them. While progress has been made, we believe the battle for life is just beginning. And there are still so many people that need to be persuaded. But those discussions, they must begin with the truth. Join us in pushing back on the lies of the abortion industry and be bold in sharing about the horrors of abortion. Now is our moment, and together we will protect the undeniable right to life.